Hi everybody, today I'm coming back to old techniques, stenciling techniques, with my geometrical page. I hope you're gonna stay tuned. It's Asia Marka here, Lemon Creation. Welcome to my channel. I am working today on the piece of mixed media paper, and for once I'm working with Dylusions. It's been a long time since the last time I actually used Dylusions. They are old ones. I have those sprays, I think, for, I don't know, like 5 years at least. The yellow one is almost finished. And they do not spray very well because the nozzle is blocked. But, as you can see, I'm struggling. But they still do spray, so it's okay. I was not sure how to or what to make with the spray, what kind of stain, and so I was a little overthinking it, and finally I said, let's just go for it, because anyway, you know, it's a spray, and you never can have too much control over what you're gonna spray. I wasn't doing the publicities for Huggies, so right now I was just showing you that I am using baby wipes, because I was thinking initially that I'm not gonna do voiceover. Since I'm doing voiceover, you know it. And here you go, the image I got by removing a little bit of paint. I pressed the baby wipe a little bit too much to the paper, so that's why it kind of ran in between the, you know, the cuts in the stencil. But either way, I'm happy with the result. I just wanted to, you know, once again remind you there is this technique which you can use. And then there is another one, I think it's called negative stenciling. So you basically spray, or if you have already, you know, leftover paint on the stencil, and then you just kind of place it on the paper, as I'm doing right now. And you got the negative printing, which is super cool. So two small techniques, two short, very easy techniques for you just to, you know, think about in your next projects, because I know we tend to forget the techniques we learn along the way, and this is just a small reminder, because you know me, I love my techniques, not mine, but I love changing them. I love using different techniques. I love, you know, showing you and reminding you that they do exist, you know, just in case we forget. And I also like to come back to the things I've done before. I'm gonna be using my stamping platform, and one of my stamp, or maybe even two. This one is from the stamp set You Bug Me, and I went for this, no word, I forgot the word in English. So I went for this creature, and I wanted to be sure that the stamped image is very good, because I'm not gonna be doing embossing or fuzzy cutting it. So, you know, once placed on the paper, it's gonna stay there. So like that, I'm sure, you know, I can redo it if I need it. In the meantime, I've noticed that it was a little loop-sided, so I fixed it. And yes, the image is already quite nice, but the second, you know, the second pressing of the stamp gives it a little bit more peps. It's more bright, it's nicer like that. Once again, I was not sure what I'm gonna do with this page. I just wanted to kind of use these images, because I haven't used that much of my new stamps, and I thought that they just need to, you know, to be used, to exist a little bit. And now I'm using Unipin file liner. It's a super nice file liner, which is permanent. So I can actually respray the paper, add a little bit of water, even though I'm not gonna do it in this project, but I just wanted to, you know, I like working with them, because just in case at some point I decide to add a little bit of watery mediums, you know, I'm sure it's not gonna run. This, for this page, I wanted to do a kind of a geometrical setup. No, setup is maybe not a good word, but kind of wanted to make it geometrical with the geometrical elements. I've noticed, of course, that my page is not totally dry, so the last line went a little bit kind of run. But once again, for what I'm doing, I don't mind that much. And here we go, off the screen, off the camera rather, but it's not a very important part. I actually decided to frame it for once, guys, and I think this is the very, very first time in my life I am framing using a ruler. So I always do my frames, you know, kind of haphazardly, like making them grungy, and, you know, the more weird looking and, you know, doodled, the better. But this time I said, okay, since I'm planning on doing things, very geometrical things, I'm just gonna make the same kind of frames. I'm not sure if I like them. I prefer actually my, you know, wobbly kind of lines, but for this project they work. And so I'm gonna do a lot of small circles, half circles, and things like that to frame it a little bit better. And I do apologize, guys, that I am using a lot of my products. I actually, you know, since I set up my shop, I was very hesitant if I should use only my products. I still try to diversify as much as I can, so I use different paints and different mediums and make different projects, but I do want my things to sell. And so that's why I do what I do. But I think you won't have to put up with that for a long time, because I'm actually thinking seriously about closing my shop. Unfortunately, France is not very kind for the small, tiny business owners. The taxes I need to pay, the papers I have to do, and all of that I'm doing all by myself, including designing, including putting everything into envelopes, making all the paperwork, going to the post, taking care of the children of the family, and it's getting way too much for me. It's just, as I was told this week and last week also, I am too small and my business is too small. I don't have enough income, and it does not really make sense that much. It's a sad news for me, especially that I found so many friends, cyber friends, so many crafty friends here, and it's gonna be really hard. But it's like that. I still have, I think, at least few weeks, few months left, because I need to finish everything properly. I still have some projects which I would like to finish, some sales which I have to make. I even ordered already some new stencils which are gonna be available in 1 month. I cannot cancel them anymore. They are in production. I really thought this is gonna be the thing for me, this is gonna work. It doesn't, and there is nothing to do about it. I think I work super hard for that. I really did. And I think I am going through a small burnout right now, and I think it's time to maybe actually stop. So I'm taking things easy. I'll post when I feel like posting. I will not look at YouTube analytics or anything like that. I don't care anymore, to be honest. I cannot win with the algorithm, and I'm just gonna do my last projects and hope for the best, and hope maybe something better will come along the way. I hope I'm not gonna make anybody sad, because this is not my point. And look, guys, I am past the tears. I am trying to take a better part of this story into account. And anyway, you are not here for listening to my to my sad stories, but nothing important happens to the page. You know, I've made these circles, and I add some stamping. I add this kind of second impression stamping, which means basically that you stamp your stamp, you put it into the ink, and then you stamp it on the piece of scrap paper, and then immediately after you put it onto the page, and you're gonna get the image which is not as clear as the first impression, which is super cool. Of course, you can replace this technique by using kind of a gray ink. But I have mine at hand, and anyway, it's something nice, to do a kind of like maybe a shadowing effect or whatever. So that works perfectly. I really like also doing that from time to time. And yes, some parts of the images I stamped like with the second impression stamping, some with the first impression. Like right now I'm doing exactly this thing, just putting the stamp into the ink and then straight on the paper, on the page. And those stamps are coming also from my stamp censored. I lost it for a moment. I wasn't sure what is the name of the stamp. And so I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm gonna take a glossy accents now. And I remember the name of the creature, which is stamped here, I think is a beetle bee. But it kind of reminds me Egyptian scarab, or scarab. And you know, I was fascinated, I am still, with the ancient Egyptian history. And I kind of remember the image of this scarab, which is holding the sun, the disk of the sun. And I kind of thought that by accident I did a little bit something like that, you know, with the circle there. So that's why I fill it up with glossy accent. And I'm gonna add a sentiment from my super messy words. That's it. The page is finished. I hope you enjoyed it, even though or despite my, you know, ramblings. I hope you're gonna join me in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, for being here, for your constant support. It means a lot. And I hope I'll see you soon. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye bye.